Oh. Hi, welcome to Switch Dharma Tarot. My name's christinamarialeifsdotter, and I'm here to do a reading for Libra. And now normally I pre-shuffle both the tarot, and I have to done, but also the two oracle decks that I have, which I haven't pre-shuffled. So you're going to have to hang in there and wait for them to pop, because it's a good way of the reason I do a pre-shuffle is because it's they have to pop out by themselves. Yeah. So let's have a look. There were no cards, no tarot cards that fell out in the pre-shuffle of the tarot. So let's just get to it, boys and girls. So the tarot deck that I work with is called the Goddess Tarot, made by Chris Walter, an American artist. And the whole major arcana is made up of goddesses from all over the world. And they are really quite something, these tarot cards. I can also take the opportunity to tell you that if you want to have a private reading with me, it's completely doable. And you have my email in the description box below. And for $50, £50, 50 euros, or no, it's 30. I just upped my price, nearly doubled it. 30 euros, 30 pounds, or $30, or 300 Swedish krona. You can have a private reading with me. And the only exception to that is if you happen to come from Africa or India or some other country where that kind of money just isn't available for a tarot reading. Don't let that stop you. Get in touch anyway, and I'll do my best to help you. I'll just get my bearings here. You come up at the end here. It's a Queen of Swords, but you're in the reverse, dear Libra. So I also see some heavy-duty cards next to it. It's in the last 5 cards. I'll show you. I'll see if I can hold them. I'm not very ambidextrous. I'm not very good at holding things. I'll start with this one. Here you are in the reverse. Here is the dependency or codependency card that I have. So something's going on here, either with you or with your daughter. There's been sacrifices that have had to be made because of this, and there's been a lot of fear. So the first thing I need to clarify is if the problem is with you or with your daughter. I'm very sad to see it. It's not good. Okay, so the problem is with your daughter. There's some really heavy-duty energies here with your daughter that can come with drug abuse, for example. But also, sometimes it's hard to know what came first, the chicken or the egg, because she also seems to have some kind of psychological problems. And it's not uncommon that people with anxiety or depression or with ADHD, I have that, but I don't have a problem with any kind of abuse. But it's not uncommon for people with those kinds of problems to abuse drugs or alcohol. Numbing, as they say, or self-medication is another way of putting it. Numbing refers to the fact that if you take this drug or this drink, you can't feel. You don't feel in the same way as you do when you're not under the influence. So this is a big problem in your life. Dear Libra, my heart bleeds for you, really, because in lots of ways it would be better for you if you were the one that had this addiction and not one of your children. But that's not the case. And I think maybe even the law has been involved here. So that's not unusual either. Drugs, if it's drugs, and probably it is, but they're expensive. So it's not unusual that we need to revert to criminal behavior in order to get the money for it. I wish I could say some really nice things that would help you on your way and that would reassure you that everything is going to be all right. But I'm sorry, I can't do that. I can't do that. This is your daughter's battle, not yours. But because she's your child, and I'm sure I wouldn't have done any differently. When it's our children, we go in and we fight these battles together with our children, and sometimes against our children. And what we need to do is to take a really deep breath and take responsibility for ourselves and let our child do the same thing. It's her addiction. And only she can get sober. We can't make her get sober. We can't help her with her sobriety at all. It's very painful. It's painful to have to say it. And it's painful, of course, for you to have to see it happen. But you know, your daughter's very strong. She has vulnerabilities, and we all do. But having vulnerabilities isn't the same as being weak. She is not weak, this young woman. And she hasn't yet, but I'm hoping, she can talk about it. I'm hoping that she will just get fed up with it, because a lot of addicts do. One day it's just no more. And then they start their long journey back to a sober life. It's long, it's arduous, and often painful, but that's where you step in. That's where you can alleviate, and that's where you can be there with your reassurance, showing your belief in her, because often that we're not good at that either. I've seen mothers to children who are addicted, and the child goes into rehab, and they really, it's never worked before, why should it now? So it's like, before the work has even begun for the child, the mother has lost faith and is, with their own mindset, setting their child up for failure. Please be aware of that. And please try to stay in the moment. Always, I think it's never more important than in situations like this, that we leave the history where it is, in the past, behind us, and stay with the now, not in the future either. Here and now, what's happening with your daughter? How is she coping? How is she doing? And how can you help her here and now? And it's very important that you have your highest opinion, faith in that she will become sober one day, and when she starts that journey, to keep that light shining for her. Don't let your own doubts ever come to the surface, please. My heart bleeds for you. I can't think of anything more difficult. I had an alcoholic father. That was bad enough, but I certainly never felt responsible for him, or I wanted to help him, sure, when I got a little bit older, but it's a very different situation to have your child being affected by drugs or alcohol. Give her time. Give her your faith. Give her your light. And don't ever deal with her when she's under the influence. Don't let her in the house. Never. These are the way we enable our addicts, is to, we let them in because we want to take care of them. We figure that, well, they're safer here than on the streets. In a way, yeah, but in another way, no. In another way, it's more dangerous for them to be at home with us, who can enable them, than making them face their own truth. Absolutely abominable situation to be in. I don't envy you. I really don't. But yeah, certainly I'd advise you to look into the dynamics of addiction, look into the dynamics of dependency and codependency. The 12-step programs are fantastic. They even have a program for people like me who grew up with drugs or alcohol or psychic ill health, with our parents. Did I say that? No. But anyway, I think you understand what I mean. And we are referred to as grown children. So there's a 12-step group for us. I spent 1 year, every Sunday for a year, driving 200 kilometers return to go to meetings with other people that have grown up like me. And it has consequences. There are also 12-step groups for both addicts and alcoholics, of course, but even for you, the family member. And it's very good because we get to understand how it works, or how it doesn't work, rather. And also we have an enormous support in other people in the group who share of their own experience and knowledge. And we can air our pain as well. In these meetings, there are always monologues. So it's, well, you've heard it before, you've seen it in the movies, if nothing else. Hi, my name's Christina and I'm a grown child. And everybody says, hi, Christina. And then they shut up. And then it's a monologue of how I feel, what's been happening perhaps during the week, blah, 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 blah. Next person. But just being able to air our feelings and thoughts and experiences helps us get perspective. We don't need the others around us to help us get perspective, because we need to get our own perspective. And I think that's why it's important that we're quiet and we don't go into a codependent behavior of wanting to save and rescue. Get in contact with them, dear Libra. They're going to be able to help you. Now I'm going to take some oracle cards. I should have started that a long time ago. I could have babbled on about the 12-step programs while I was shuffling, but please, Spirit, what would you like for Libra to know from the oracle cards? Now this can take a while. Libra, you're strong too, both you and your daughter. Very strong and very capable women. You will get through this, but it's a good idea to get through it quickly, as quick as possible, rather, and do it in the right way. There are wrong ways and right ways, and we're very good at the wrong ways, those of us who are codependent. Kuan Yin, she's the Chinese equivalent of the Buddha Tara, the Tibetan Buddha Tara. Number 33. I like this because 33 is also the vibration of Jesus Christ. So you see the support you have, really. Kuan Yin is the bodhisattva of compassion. You certainly are. In the cards, she represents compassion and kindness towards oneself. Like, we can't make this up, can we? No, you saw it. It fell out. It's amazing. Stop being hard on yourself. Well, yeah, I didn't speak of that, but of course, that's what we do as parents to young people who abuse substances. We take on the responsibility, or at least we wonder what we've done wrong. That's bad enough, because usually it's got nothing to do with it. Watch your mind and the words and judgments that you have about yourself. You're much kinder and more forgiving of others than you are of yourself. It can take many lifetimes to fully embody this lesson of compassion, but you're almost there. I believe it, I really believe that we choose the families we come into. So you've been chosen by your daughter so she can have this life experience, and you've chosen to accept her. It's like a contract made in heaven, because you need to develop. And when they say that you're almost there, well, this is the last part of compassion that you need to learn now. Because as codependents, we're all about giving, and everybody else comes before little me. Now, this is the life where you're going to learn. You're going to understand that the most important person in your life, dear Libra, is you. And if you don't take care and responsibility for yourself, if you don't make yourself accountable to yourself with your behavior, etc., who can you help? So the best signal you can send your daughter is to take the utmost best care of yourself and don't accept any of her bullshit. Yeah, this is one of the biggest openings of the heart center that one can experience. That's so beautiful. Wonderful, Libra. Watch and see. Watch and see if your behavior isn't going to affect your daughter, and it's going to lead to something really big. Whoops, upside down. I don't have to do it this way anyway. I don't read reverse cards in the oracles. Anyway, I don't know now. Libra. Oh, I wish I could give you a hug. So, Spirit, please, what would you like for Libra to know? They're being very cooperative, because sometimes they can just keep going and going and going. Muladhara, that's your root chakra. Let's see, what page is that on? 49. Right. You have arrived in a place where you are very grounded in life. Your ideal home is in the process of manifestation, and you're setting roots where you are. Don't really get this. This reflects the deep healing work you have done to undo the ancestral ties that you were previously holding you back. Okay, now I get it. So they're talking a bit into the future here, because the thing is, when they talk about ancestral ties, these addictions, it's like they run in families. If you start looking back, you can see the pattern in the previous generations, and usually it has a line of the same gender as well. So if you look back in your family history, you might find already what kind of problems the women in your earlier generations have had. And this is it. So you're going to be healing this. You're going to be putting a stop to this. And when you help your daughter put a stop to her addiction, you also help your future grandchildren. Believe me, it's so powerful. It's so powerful. When you heal your personal life, you heal the lives. I should just shut up and read the book, shouldn't I? It all comes here. When you heal your personal life, you heal the lives of all of those who came before you and all who come after you. Ancestral hardships such as poverty, immigration, war, slavery, and abuse have come to an end, and you have set the path for a new way of being for all of your ancestors to come. Right, for all of your ancestors to come. Thank you for doing this work and anchoring deeply within. It is only when you heal the root that the tree can grow. That's beautiful. That's so nice. Well, I really think Spirit helped you. It was a tough lesson, a tough reading today. But at the same time, I really feel like you got so much confirmation from Spirit that you're on the right way. And this is your mission, not to help your daughter specifically by enabling and being codependent. Your mission is to find out, understand how the dynamics work. And when you understand that, to act accordingly. You will help your daughter. Thank you so much for letting me do your reading, and all the best of luck with that. And should you have any questions, don't hesitate. Get in contact with me. You'll see the email below. Love and light.